Looks like you had some difficulty typing it. Or is there something wrong with my font? Oh, there's probably something wrong with my font. Okay. The 7s and the T's look too similar, do they not? They're side by side. Okay. 40 course world, but a lot of these are really high percentage clear rates, I noticed. Even made a bunch of them from this month. You didn't answer my question that I asked you the other day. Did you make an additional account for your Superworld or not? I know I'm probably going to do that. I know other people have done that, so I should probably do it too. I mean, I just bought like an amiibo for Smash Brothers, so because I thought maybe it would help me enjoy the game a little bit more. So I have like no excuse to like not buy another Nintendo Switch account for the sake of maybe like building a super world for people to enjoy. Oh, you didn't? Yeah, see. Okay. Maybe if you wanted to, you could buy another account to make harder levels on. If you end up getting better at the game, I guess. Something you could look forward to, I suppose. Although you've done pretty decently so far. I think I noticed a notification you beat my Extermination Challenge 11, for example. Although, of course, that was intended to be one of my easiest Extermination levels ever. But some people still like got stressed out about it and had a hard time beating it for some reason or another, or at least were pretending to have a hard time. As streamers, it's kind of their job to entertain, and sometimes it's hard to take seriously whether or not they're actually trying their best. So that was a lot of like super basic platforming. There's this one little pit here that was kind of interesting. Honestly, it was pretty good. My main criticism of that level in particular might be that it may have had a bit too much power-ups in it. But other than that, it was really pretty nice for people that need something really easy to start off with. So slap a like on that, because we can recommend it to newer players. You think they're bad at boss fights in particular? Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's like boss fight PTSD or something. Anyway, for my boss fight levels, I try to like throw in a lot of exploration, which for some people they're not a huge fan of. They want to do like some casual run around. Like, they just want to like do the skill checks and nothing else. Especially if they have to like remember things. They're like, ugh, gross. Remembering things. How dare you make me do that? Like their attitudes are like so elitist sometimes. Like, you want me to do math in a video game? Come on. I didn't try hard in school because I thought I wasn't going to need this in real life. That's what people think. Like, I have a lot of math puzzles in my levels, you know, with the coin collecting and stuff. But yeah, a lot of people don't really like that stuff. Which is fine.
You're a fan too?
That's why I guess I'll just have to make another account to satisfy people that kind of enjoy my content. They just don't exactly appreciate all the brain teasers that tend to be in my levels a lot of the time. Hello there, Pineapple Guy. How's it going? I'm doing pretty good. I'm playing through Superworld right now. From your fellow viewer, Mew Psychic. Guess he likes Pokemon. Have you ever played the card game? I played the card game a bit. I kind of stopped playing it though. I like card games in general, I just don't like the way the card games like try to make money. But, you know, it's kind of unavoidable, I guess. We blame the collectors. They're the ones that like empower the card companies to do like their seedy practices. The people that like absolutely have to have the most rare version of every card. That kind of thing. Anyway. If you make the game too profitable, then people try to see what they can get away with. It's kind of like the same concept with Disney. Oh, this is interesting. Can't really... Okay, we'll have to wall jump over here. Oh, maybe this is all optional anyway, but... Oh, excuse me. Mushroom. Interesting. What's in here? Yeah. Makes sense. I like that. That's what I did with Catsuit 9 and 10, which I'm sure you noticed if you were watching the same stream as me, paying enough attention. He ended up getting the coin in the water on the first level. And on the second level, he got the coin inside the house after breaking the regular blocks that were blocking the pipe. You know, when I built that particular level with the Piranha Creeper, oops, I lost my mask. What I thought was interesting was he is far from the only one that has thought that the intended way to clear the level is to break the regular blocks and go through the pipe. In fact, I'm very surprised to this day that streamers are consistently apparently thinking that that is the intended way to go. Like, or at least they say that they think it's. I don't know if that's actually is. Like, I don't know if they're like trying to placate viewers or like make the maker look bad or what, but I don't know why else they would try to claim that if it wasn't true. Oh! Interesting. Oh, am I supposed to go in the cream pipe? No. Wait, what? Wait, how do I get out of here? Maybe up here? Okay. That's a fun little puzzle. Alright. A little bit dangerous, but that's okay. I like dangerous puzzles. As long as they're not too dangerous. And this one definitely is not too dangerous. I would say I like your puzzles so far. They kind of follow the same philosophy as some of my puzzles do, which I guess is mostly the Extermination Challenge series. Like, you might enjoy some of my earlier Extermination Challenge levels too, then, that being the case. I've done a little bit of a variety of things. Number 11, the only level that's like that in the series is basically number 5. But that's because it's like the finale of exterminating the booze. Number 5 is the finale of the extermination of the dry bones. The ice cave level from Pineapple Guy, I'm not sure. Let me finish this first map from Mew Psychic, and then we'll take a look at what you've got, Pineapple Guy. And then we can rotate back to... well, actually, we could do Shortcake's level 2, maybe, if he's still around. Shortcake usually doesn't actually watch my channel, so I don't really prioritize his levels. He does have some pretty good levels, though. Alright, that was pretty good. It looks like Sunday might be like his day off or something, because he's... Well, no, I'm not sure, because he literally typed only within the same minute, so I don't know. Oh, there's an optional level over there. Let me go do that one. Since these levels are pretty easy, it probably will be a low stress level, but I'm not sure because it is an optional level, so it might be a harder one, but I can probably handle it. Does Shortcake actually think I'm going through the list sequentially? Like, how delusional can you get? He must have already left. Like, he literally has 2 entries in there. Like, I don't understand. Whatever. See, this is what I'm trying to do, is I want to, like... See, I have right now a maximum of 53 levels that can be recorded from viewers to be added to the list, right? With these codes. So I can stall as much as I want on doing those levels, you know what I mean? As long as I continue to get to viewer levels from loyal viewers, then I can keep playing those instead of just, you know, desperate maker submissions, essentially. And I can also, like, shake it up, too, you know, I can play some new levels as well. It pays to be respectful to streamers, because then you get your levels played sooner, that is. Some streamers just never play the stuff with people that don't hang around and watch. Okay, I'm kind of confused, because that level felt easier than the other ones did. It was also noisier, so I guess that was like your collect lots of coins level or something, which I wasn't paying too much attention to. To be honest, I feel like building those kinds of levels is a waste of time. So I was disappointed with that. But so far, I've been liking these levels. But yeah, I'm kind of a quiet person. I usually don't like loud, obnoxious levels. But that one didn't piss me off or anything like that, so it's not like it needs a boo. Alright, I'll keep that in mind, Mew Mew Psychic. I guess we'll just skip them. We'll just treat them like greenhouse, green mushroom houses then, if that's the case. You know what would be really awesome is if Nintendo gives us signs for our Super Worlds, because then you could put up a sign saying, this is like my custom green mushroom house level, enjoy, you know, or something like that. You could put on the sign over by where the pipe is, right? Leading to the level. That'd be really cool. Whoa! And then, like, oh! Like, some of my Superworld's maps, some of them have, like, an easy path or a hard path. And I could, like, use a sign to indicate which one is which, and that kind of thing. Like, that would be cool. I've had multiple Superworlds, but the one I have, I've kept for a while. But I'm gonna replace it eventually, with some newer content. Because a lot of it is just the levels that I already had built thrown in. This level is pretty lively with the lava bubbles. I kind of like it though, but a lot of people really hate on lava bubbles. I don't understand the hate. I think they're just trolling. They're just looking for excuses for why they're not performing well. They take it out on a maker. I liked the fact that you decided to use the default music instead of like the boss music is pretty cool. Alright, well done. You tend to prefer streamers who reserve the right to stop playing bad stages. Oh. Okay, that's cool. I appreciate that, because that's one of the things that, for me, I feel like I need to either be feeling like, I don't mind if a level is slow. If a level is slow, that's fine, as long as it's fun, or teaching the player something, right? If a level is like slow on purpose, and it's like the player is better off like rebuilding the level in core spot to learn how to beat the level, to me that's not okay. That's when I stop playing the level usually, unless like it's where I know that the player's very unlikely to delete their level and I want like the first clear or something like that, then maybe I'll keep on playing it, but otherwise I tend to tap out of it, because I do try to get a lot of first clears. That's one of the exceptions where I may continue playing a level even though I might not like it that much. Yeah, we'll do World 2, or Map 2 rather, is what I like to call them maps rather than worlds. I don't like Nintendo's English, or anybody's English, generally speaking. I try to avoid using it, try to use real words, stuff that actually makes sense. I remember on the SMB3 game, they couldn't decide whether they wanted to call these lands or worlds. But maps is fine, because these are individual maps, regardless of whether or not you want to call it a land or a world. I think a land would be better, like Iceland, grassland, and so on. I think that makes more sense than grass world or grass ice world or whatever. But anyway. Like I say, I think like my preference for land or world is kind of an opinion, sort of. Like, kind of a subjective one, but whichever one I think is better. But I think map is a subjectively better term to use. Like, I don't really see anyone arguing against the usage of that word for these sections of the Superworld. A P-switch mechanic better. Frozen coins by a door. No. Well, I apologize if I hurt your feelings for forgetting a lot of your level. But if I forgot a lot of your level, maybe it's a good thing that I played your level again, you know? And I think you were suggesting that I should play something else. Well, maybe your suggestion was wrong. I was wrong for forgetting your level, but that's kind of a good thing, because then it'll be easier for me to remember in the future, hopefully. Oops. Oh, I should have waited. Oh, I lost my fire flower. Give me that coin. This is a lot of climbing. And it's ridiculously easy, too. Have you ever thought about making one of these climbing levels, but make it be don't touch the ground level? Because I've played a level like this that was don't touch the ground. Snow tile set too. Of course it was very different, but it was still like a vertical. Oh yeah, I have this in my Katsu coin collecting too, like going sideways on a semi-solid like this, collecting coins. Yeah, that's my forced level. You already played number 1, I believe. Of course you have to get those coins. Of course here you kind of have to too, just because it's the linear progression of the level. I guess you could avoid them if you really wanted to though. But why bother? Oh, honestly don't pay too much attention to that, but I do agree that in general the backgrounds look nice on the 3D world style. Um, I would say, yeah, some newbies might like that. I thought it was underwhelming personally. It was not difficult enough for me, but that's okay. Um, Generally speaking, if a level's gonna be easy, I would like really, really easy. I would prefer it to be shorter. Um, I, Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment, but if a level's longer, I want it to be harder. Otherwise, I feel like it might be kind of a waste of time. But a lot of people are wimps. They don't necessarily want to learn, like endurance and stuff like that. So, anyway, I think I'm gonna probably spend some time like watching me play like the highlight of your Superworld, and I'm gonna try to like maybe try to have a more balanced opinion of some of my design choices, because I'm thinking about getting a well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to try to figure out, like, I'm not entirely sure that how successful your Superworld is, but it's definitely been more successful than some of mine. And so I gotta figure out, like, I'm probably gonna do a lot of experimenting. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Like, on my second account that I'm probably gonna make, I'm gonna do make a lot of different super worlds. And try to figure out what will get people to continue playing the world, basically, from beginning to end. Because it's so rare that you'll find like the average player just doing that in general to super worlds. I think a lot of it comes down to players want stats, they want competition, and there's no stats on super worlds. We don't even have the most basic stats, like how many super worlds has this person cleared, for example. Not that that would be a stat that's especially needed, but the point is people are not incentivized to play super worlds because there's no stats involved. I have to admit, I feel like your ice levels are not as good as your grass levels. I feel like you probably put more effort into your grass levels. There was nothing memorable about that last level. You said to avoid the optional level, but I didn't see an optional level this time, and now we have a choice between one or the other before we get to the castle. You admit that you played them more than other things? Oh, I see. I didn't realize. That makes sense. Oh, I have to defeat the bullies. Oh. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I feel like I just autopiloted through that last level. When I play like in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, for example, I find the levels pretty memorable, even if they're easy. But I couldn't remember anything about that last level. I think I've kept the bully alive here to go defeat it. Oh, this level, this is a good one. This is your first good ice level. Of course, I gave that other one a like, but it was just whatever. Like, new players should probably like it. Whoa! Kind of like thing. This is actually, this might be my favorite level you've made so far. That I've played anyway. Not that your grass ones didn't look good. They did, but that didn't mean they were fun gameplay-wise. It was pretty easy though, but it's cool. I have to do like some brainstorming on figuring out like what I want to do for my bully level. So I'll always play another bully level and enjoy it. I'll give you a comment. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, he's got 8 maps, that's true. 2 unintroduced climbing vertical stages and the catsuit. Right. People that basically haven't played enough Mario games. Because there are some vertical levels in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe as well. I can bring back the shimmying mechanic from the new Soup games with the catsuit and the semi-solids. Oh, I'm not sure what you mean, but I think you're talking about your hacks, right? Whoa. This is kind of cool. It's a little bit on the easy side for me, but I think new players would definitely get a kick out of this one. I'm doing something wrong. Ugh. What? What? We have to climb higher than we have to do on my maps. How does that make any sense? What? Oh. I didn't know there was gonna be a mask in the mystery block. Well, it's a good thing the mystery block doesn't like get destroyed if it take too long to pick up the mask from it. That would be a disaster. Oh yeah, I think this is what he means by the northern lights or something, whatever he said.
You're a fan too? Did we just become pals?
Hey Shy Guy Ouija, hey Metallic Dude, how's it going? I liked both of those levels. If all 4 levels were like that, I think this map would be a lot better. Alright, let's see what the castle looks like. Big Bully is freezing fortress. Oh, I like it already. Big Bully. Oh dear. Magical ice. Whoa! I want to switch to Toad anyways. I don't actually usually play Catsuit Mario. It's just the level was easy enough. I didn't feel the need to switch characters. Super Bell. I used to always call them Cat's Bell, but the official name for it is a Super Bell. But I don't really mind what people call it. It makes no difference to me, but I should probably start calling it a Super Bell so I don't trigger people that appreciate accuracy. Oh no! What in the world am I doing? I'm losing my Super Bell. Power up. Firefly. Okay, I'll take it. I don't know why I'm still holding the shell. Oh, I gotta get rid of it now. Oh! Interesting. I thought I was gonna die. This has been a pretty cute second map. I like that we defeat like other bullies and then we fight a big bully later. That's pretty cool. Alright, second map done. Alright. So we'll go back to MewMew's Superworld. Because yeah, I like to be able to like help the makers improve. So if at all possible, if you could pass on some of my feedback to the YouTuber, that would be great. If you don't want to, that's understandable. I'm sure he's a pretty busy guy. It might not be worth your time. But anyway, let's go back to this one. Yeah, I always try to like, I want to improve the community and help makers become better makers. So I generally prefer to do levels of people while they're here so I can give them good feedback. If I think that their level is still useful for me or my viewers, then I will still continue to play it after I've like died a time or two or something like that. So it just depends on the quality of the level, whether or not I continue to play it, but yeah. Let's see here. So, but personally, I'm not a big fan of that particular Superworld at the moment. So if you want me to continue playing it, you're gonna have to send Toad coins. Alright. All the stages so far have been attempts at replicating... Oh, really? Oh no, well there were only 3 levels, and only 2 of them seemed to do that. Well, actually, I guess the second one definitely had some very striking similarities to some levels, I will admit. Like, I noticed that, which is kind of a shame, to be honest, because it's very, like, Me Too-ish, you know? Like, you see a friend with a red tie, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna wear a red tie too. Aren't I awesome? You know, it's like... Yeah, Nintendo made lots of money by making that game, but that was years ago. And now we have all these interesting tools, and we can do things like put monsters inside mystery blocks or whatever, for example. And you can even put a key inside a mystery block. You know, the cursed key doesn't have to be, you know, in plain sight for us to pick up anymore, you know? You could, like, do so much more with your trolling than what he supposedly has tried to do, from what I could tell. Like, it just seems like really low efforts, if you ask me. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers tend to be like that. A lot of YouTubers, they just produce quantity content instead of quality content. So it doesn't really surprise me to hear you tell me that that's a YouTuber's Superworld. This one's pretty cool. It was definitely on the easy side, but I'm expecting the difficulty to ramp up towards like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th levels. Yeah. Jungle and water. Yeah, makes sense. I did this some underground and water and so on. I really am going to enjoy getting a new account and trying to build a super world with it. I feel like the thing is, I don't think I would rush it though, you know? Like, it would have to soak up a lot of time, but I guess that's okay. It's a convenient way to collect some coins. That's kind of cute. I like that. So this is the bonus rune level. Again, I'm not a big fan of the music on most of these bonus room levels, but I guess that's to be expected. They're usually pretty noisy. The SMB3 bonus music, I think, is the best bonus music. The others are not as good. As far as boss music goes, I think the SMB1 like boss music is good. The one that's the same one from the SMB3 versus. I liked the way you set up the 10 block coins that we could shoot at them. I thought that was kind of cool. So we'll give a like to that. If it weren't for that, I don't think I would give it a like. It was just kind of meh. Not really a fan of bonus stages in general. Yeah, I see what you mean. Give us a different mask to use. I actually haven't done any work with the masks in my levels yet. Need to rectify that eventually, I guess. Whoa. I was thinking about making some interesting vertical levels using masks. Like I could do like a hyper fast climbing speedrun level or something I thought about doing. But I don't know if I'll actually do that or not. Whoa. You give the player like the propeller mask and a catsuit, that way they can do some wall climbing. And they could propel themselves upward by flying, jumping this thing. I think that could be pretty fun. But I haven't even started work on that idea, I don't think. And anyway, I don't know if I have enough level slots to do that at the moment. But that's what I might do for my second account, is I'll probably try to like do things that I think other people might find very interesting. I'll try to like make a popular, you know, casuals only kind of account, where I might do lots of speed runs, so I might do that on that account instead. Well, that underwater section was kind of underwhelming. Yeah, super easy. I'm hoping towards the end there'll be like a random water level that's hard, like in the 6th, 7th, or 8th map, because I really like challenging water levels. That was not bad though, I think newbies would like it. Tried to make the... wait, what? You hide the Goomba mask deeply in your game, largely because it's utterly overpowered. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. You're the first one to say that. Wait, what does that mean? Most players find it incredibly overwhelming and had to nerf it. Wait, what are you talking about? You're not talking about the level that I just played, are you? We have to keep in mind, when I look at the new courses list and I look at things to first clear, one of the first things I look at is water levels. Not because I think I'm good at water levels, but just because I know other people don't want to play them. And so it's easier for me to yoink the first clear if like other people aren't actually competing for it, if that makes sense. Oh, we have to this is a collect coins level, okay. Well, whenever it says at least, I'm kind of annoyed because I don't know how many are in the level. Unless a comment tells me, which I turned comments off. I should turn them on then, just in case you do tell us. Oh, I'm getting stuck there! Oh! Okay. Oh, maybe you were talking about the thing about the random level towards the end. Maybe that's what you said. That sounded unique. That I said. Yeah, I can imagine nobody else said that before. If you ever played Sonic the Hedgehog, the first game, like Scrap Brain Zone Act 3, it was like the final like land or world, whatever you want to call it, for the Sonic Superworld or whatever for the original game. Like that was it was mostly a robot land or mechanical stuff, machines or whatever, and then but then like towards the end of that third and final level, it was water. It was a water level all of a sudden. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. Well, the bloopers are pretty easy to deal with, but that's because I have experience dealing with them. If people are inexperienced, then I can see them complaining for sure, yeah. But it's like you have a cat suit. Like, they have super bells, so it's not like they can't defend themselves, you know? Or they probably took damage at some point on something really dumb because they were being careless trying to speedrun or something. The thing is, people should not be speedrunning in a level unless they've beat it already. But they're irresponsible and they don't care about principles. So... ugh. They just like... people like always want to be like treated like they're the best, even when they didn't put forth any effort. That's what I've noticed. So I have a tendency to like be kind of aggressive sometimes when people like act that way in chat sometimes, which I might have done towards you. I apologize if that offended you or whatever, but oof. Do you happen to have like any interestingly strong stats in your opinion from playing this game? Other than like you've played a lot of Superworlds. Wow. Casuals are more aggressive about wanting games to be easy than allowing hardcore gamers to have a real challenge. Well, I'm not sure if I agree with that or not, but I definitely think that was pretty fun with the Porcupuffers for sure. That one was nice. That was like the right amount of difficulty, I thought. So here's what I think. I think the way people gain maker points is kind of unfortunate, basically. I think if for you, as somebody who builds 3D world levels, you're fighting an uphill battle because it's one of the least popular styles. But on the other hand, you make very easy levels. So if people complain about your levels being too hard, they basically are trolling. Like, there's no two ways about it. They literally do not want to play 3D world levels if they tell you that your levels are too hard. And they're just like, they're basically just insulting you as a maker. And I'm not okay with that, personally. They should just come out and say it. Like, if they don't want to play 3D world levels, they should just say they don't want to play 3D world levels. But people have difficulty being honest, because if they're honest, then that can sometimes be a blow to their pride. And a lot of people cannot deal with having a blow to their pride. So that's an issue that we have to deal with on pretty much a day-to-day basis. You have to have at least a little bit of pride. Like, it's healthy to be prideful, even just a little bit. But people take it way out of order. Like, they're way too prideful, unfortunately, to the point where it's not healthy. So, like, a balance is important in a lot of things in life, and one of those things is how much you think about yourself, I guess, basically, for lack of a better way of putting it. As well as what you think about other people is pretty important too. This is pretty cool. I like this one the most so far out of your castle levels I've played. Yeah, pom-pom fight with the catsuit. I like it. And the decorations are pretty cool too. Gray blocks show danger zones. I wasn't really paying that much attention to that. I noticed that they kind of looked like they were trying to do something like that, but I wasn't really thinking too hard about it. Single player kind of kiddie, not very competitive, and the game doesn't track cooperative gameplay. Oh yeah. So, I'm not sure what you mean by single player. Does it mean, because I mean, you're here on Twitch sharing your levels. I guess that means you don't play things like Bomberman, you know, or you would never touch multiplayer in Super Mario Maker. I don't touch multiplayer in Mario Maker, but that's not because I don't like multiplayer in general. It's just because I don't like the multiplayer in Super Mario Maker. I think that there's some things, like I say, that I discuss in the Discord that I think they need to change about multiplayer in order to make it something that I would want to play. But anyway, I think it's pretty safe to say that you and I are the only ones really chatting right now. So if we have some lurkers that would like to see me interrupt my playthrough of this Superworld, by all means speak up. But for now, I'm just going to keep going through it, because I'm definitely enjoying myself right now. So I'm assuming all the lurkers they're okay with me continuing to play the Superworld. Okay, so I love the underground tile set. It's my absolute favorite for the 3D World underground, I should say. Oops. Oh, I took damage. I like ant troopers too. Ant troopers are really cute. Hey, Buggy, what's up? Okay, that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. I'm gonna take this shell with me. Oh, I could ground pound this, but I guess I could always wall jump if well, maybe not if it drops me this low. What's this give me? What is this area? Oh! Interesting. Another checkpoint down here? Oh, maybe I was supposed to go here. So I guess up above was maybe like a big coin up there. Oh! Whoops, I shot above the ant trooper. Yay! Super Bell. Oops! Oh! It's this NSPC! I need to switch to my B-Bon Cool. I'm like getting too excited and trying to do things that I can't do with this controller. That's another thing too, right? Is the Nintendo controller, surprisingly, is not... It doesn't have a very good D-pad, so people usually don't use it, the D-pad, and they tend to do kind of poorly on 3D World, maybe, because I know I'm struggling. So other people must be struggling too. So let's switch back to my Cycool controller. Okay. Like it's not like I'm struggling so much to the point where the level is hard. It's just that I'm like trying to, you know, speed run it or whatever, kind of, and I'm incapable of pulling off the same tricks that I could do with my other controller. It's like I'm messing up myself. The level's not messing me up. So, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's fine. You know, it works thematically for a Superworld. I mean, for an underground zone, was what I meant to say. We'll give you a cool idea for that. Okay. Well, for me, I try to look at it a little bit differently. Like, I try to make sure everybody gets, like, I just try to focus on making good content. That's my main priority. So I prioritize fun before I prioritize making a level easy. But I definitely try to make levels easy. Like, I try to make them fair, first of all. And then after it's fair, then I look to see if it's possible to make it easier or not. And when I say fair, that doesn't necessarily always mean fair to the player. Sometimes it means fair to the maker as well, or just, you know, like the monsters in the level. Like, I try to look at levels from a very critical standpoint. Like, I don't do, for example, infinite power-ups for boss fights. I never do that, because I don't think it's fair to the boss. Like, it's not fair to the player either, personally, in my opinion, from the aspect of it's cheating them out of a challenge, you know? Like, why give them a boss fight if it's guaranteed that they'll win and there's no chance of failure? Like, to me, that cheats them out of a fun gaming experience. So I would, like, if you make a level fair, it's easier to make it fun. Like, you can still make it fun even if it's too easy for the player, but that's not my philosophy, because I prefer challenges. This is kind of interesting. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. I think some people would get mad. Oh, there's so many yellow blocks. Why do you have so many yellow blocks? I should probably just keep the cat suit then. Oh. Yeah, that would have been nice to have kept my power up, but that's okay. Is this the end already? Okay. This was definitely easier than the last one, I think. But anyway. Oh, really? Yeah, I won't blame you. It's just really lazy design, right? Like, and it's been done a lot too. It's not very original. Like, I understand why, like, they feel like they need to do that kind of thing, but I feel like people get complacent already, like, without other people encouraging them to be like that. Like, we don't need to be part of the problem, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's kind of disappointing too, because sometimes other people have very limited viewpoints about how to make levels. So that is to say, you know how you said that if it's unfair for the boss, you know, you're gonna boo the level. Well, other people would have the opposite opinion. They think if it's too hard for me, you know, I'm just gonna boo it right away, right? Oops. Wait a minute. Oh, this is just a mini game to get the 1-up. Okay. And I screwed it up. Alright. Well, it's because I saw it possibly coming to me, and I was like, well, that doesn't help me to do something other than get the 1-up, so... Well, how was I supposed to know where all these red coins are? Excuse me? Ooh, somebody doesn't like your level. Oh, it's because they think it's too hard to get in here? I'm a little confused because you can literally hit start over, not lose a life, and then get the door. Maybe it's because they didn't realize there was a bonus level. I mean, I'm not a big fan of bonus levels either, but anyway. It's a little bit harsh to call it trash. I mean, you get a +1 clear on your stats. What's there to complain about? I've gotten quite a few of them too. Honestly, I think sometimes, even if the level is simply 3D world, that's enough for somebody to call it trash. People are just prejudiced. It's pretty sad. That's the way it is. Whoa! Whoops. I didn't exactly mean to do what I did, as you can imagine. And then I got embarrassed. I probably could have stayed alive if I wasn't freaking out. Oh well. Alright, I already got that coin, so I'll just skip it for now. Don't tell me that was the first time I did that on your level. I'm pretty sure I did that before, didn't I? Oh, maybe not. I was kind of goofing off, to be honest. Not that I haven't done that already in this level. I mean the Superworld, but that's not the point, I guess. I wanted to do that, but for some reason I didn't. Okay. Well, I've done it now. Boomerang. Oh, is that supposed to be an alternate way to kill the rats? I guess so. Well, I have made a level that was intended to be very easy in 3D World that ended up being a... So you're giving the player forgiveness for taking damage, I notice. By putting a POW at the end that's even small, Mario can ground pound to destroy. This room is a little bit odd because we can't really get to the rat. And I'm not sure that that spike ball can even kill him. So I'm very confused about this room. Okay, no, it can get him. Okay, good. Oops. It kind of looked like he should be able to be got, and I think it's easier to kill him if I still have the cat's suit, but I didn't, so whoops. Some death down there. Don't want to go in there. What was I saying? So I tried to make a really easy level, but it was technically a puzzle solver, and as it was, I saw people like dying on it a lot. And they really shouldn't have been, but they were. And like I first lifed the level, but it's a super expert level. It's like I think it's between 1% and 3% or something like that right now. I'm not sure, but it's really low. Cute rat level. Once I made a stage called "If You Die on the Stage, Shame on You." Somehow people fell for its traps. Oh yeah. Got about another hour to play this game. Maybe I'll try to finish it for Superworld. I don't know if I'll have enough time or not, but we'll see. I would definitely have to say the other guy that I was talking about, who I said his 3D worlds can be a little bit hard, he's definitely got some ridiculously easy ones, but a lot of them are really hard. And anyway, I think the super standard stuff, or the standard stuff in general that I've made, obviously my auto scrollers are like number, what, 5 in particular, I guess, is, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Wiley, that's his name, but I think he changed his name on Mario Maker 2. I don't know if he changed his name on Twitch yet or not. But I'm actually following him on Mario Maker 2. Anyways, he hasn't actually been watching my channel lately, but so yeah, playing his new Superworld is kind of a low priority at the moment. But he had this one really hard Meowser level. It was really terrifying. And I've played lots of Meowser levels. His was kind of pretty unfair. He probably watches like my highlights of, I'm not sure how many of them he watches, but at least watches some of the highlights of me playing his levels. So It seemed like he probably got feedback from me playing his level, or maybe somebody else feedback from playing his level, and decided to make a pretty significant change to his new version of his level. And so that was cool, because it's definitely going to be a lot more playable now, and people are going to be a lot less despairing. But yeah, I actually cleared the old version of the level, but it took me a long time to be able to clear it. But I will comment that his level is a little bit more fair than it sounds like, because, what should I show off here? I could duel this Meowser and kill him right now. I don't know how easy it would be, but if I did that, I might lose my ability to climb, which could be a problem. So yeah, I've played lots of Meowser levels, and as a result, I've gotten pretty practiced at fighting him. But I noticed nobody ever gave us, like, a mandatory duel against Meowser. In fact, most of the time, you can't even do a duel with Meowser, and yet for some reason, we have a duel with Meowser right here, which is pretty cool. But I'm assuming it's entirely optional. Of course, the fact that he has wings is going to be annoying, because he can keep flying away and doesn't want to come and fight. Oops. But on my red coin collecting 14, this is mandatory. Some people didn't like it, though, so much to the point that they booed the level. Oh! Alright, well, I lost my bell. I messed up. I was starting to lose my patience because he kept flying away with the wings. My version, he doesn't have wings, so whatever. Anyways, I can beat him with wings, though. I've tested it and I was already able to do it. But to be fair, I was not playing him with this music. I don't like this boss music. It's going to make it hard for me to concentrate, so that's my excuse. And I think it's an honest one. Because on my level, I'm not even using the default airship music, I'm actually using tranquility music. So, yeah. I feel like it makes it easier to concentrate as a result of having that. Oops. Oh, that's vicious, dude. Oh my goodness. Well, anyway, one thing I thought about doing is make it so the player only has to hit Meowser like 3 to 7 times or so. But you could arrange that by giving the player like a few shells and a few pals to throw at him, however many it takes, to reduce his HP from like 19 to like 5 or whatever. So... Oh! Yeah, that's true. I muted the game sound a while ago, Dragon Breath. Thanks for pointing that out. I forgot to turn the game sound back on for you guys. I can hear it, but you guys cannot. That's because somebody was playing a really loud level and I didn't like it. So let me turn the game sound back on. I apologize for that. I've played like I played a large part of MewMew's Superworld without him being able to hear it. But, oh well. I guess he doesn't mind. At least he appreciates my feedback and likes watching what I've done so far. But yeah, that was the regular boss music, which was quite irritating. But thankfully, like, see, I knew, just looking at the semi-solids, we could still climb if we got hit by him. So, that was a pretty fair level, but it wasn't especially challenging, but that's fine. One thing you want to do is you don't want your hard castle early on, because if you do, it locks the players out from being able to see what your next maps are. So I respect your decision on not making it too overwhelming, but still giving them an option to challenge themselves if they wanted to, like I just did. Hello there, Orland76, how's it going? And Ben, you uploaded a precision level yesterday, and it's not cleared yet. Sure, yeah, I just finished a map, so we could go do that. Not far, Dragon, waiting for him to respond to me. Oh, I can still see the chat. He's not cluttering things up. You probably have enough time to speedrun the 5th map of his. He did say that it starts to get hard, but I'm up for the challenge. The level from yesterday uploaded? Which one was that? You talking about the elf suit coin collecting? Yeah, I did. Yeah, Morph put the white flag on it, but that's only because he wanted an easy level and it wasn't easy. Because he was playing some hard one and he just wanted a break from it. It was a 0.01% level that he was grinding. He'd said that he'd already spent like 12 hours on it or something and couldn't beat it or something ridiculous like that. So, it's actually the first time Morph ended up white flagging one of my levels. So I would definitely suggest that if you want to take it on, you play Elf Suit Coin Collecting 4 first. Because Elf Suit Coin Collecting 4 is pretty challenging, and some of what's going on in Elf Suit Coin Collecting 5 will just be easier to deal with if you've already beaten number 4. I genuinely think 5 is easier than 4, but I also think that somebody that may have forgotten what was happening in 4 is still going to have a hard time. So, whoa. Like, I think 5 is easier than 4, but I think they're both pretty easy, but 5 becomes harder if you're trying to speedrun it, like, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, the more and more I play this game, the more and more levels become easier to me. So my opinion might not be the most fair about how hard the level is. But yeah, I intentionally made sure that, like, oh, I'm working on the elf suit coins, like 1, 2, 3 are supposed to be easy, and 4, 5, 6 are supposed to be hard. So, but I mean, relatively speaking, both of the levels are more about learning stuff than skill, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm almost done making an easier level called Coin Grab Gauntlet 5. So tomorrow, the first thing I'm going to do when I start my stream tomorrow, which is going to be the same time I started today, is I'm going to be working on I'm going to be speedrunning just like I did for Elf Suit Coins 5, but this time I'm going to be speedrunning Coin Grab Gauntlet 5. So I'll be speedrunning it on hard mode. On easy mode, it's going to be significantly easier, of course, because I have lots of extra power-ups. I will comment that I do not like the Sky Tile Set's music. Thankfully, though, this level's not stressful, so it's not really a big deal right now. I wonder if there's something good in there. I like your usage of the cloud platforms on this tile set. I'm surprised more people don't use them. In fact, I really like the art style so far at the moment. So if you do ask me as a friend, like somebody just did just now, that means we can play multiplayer games together, as well as we could like playtest some levels in Mario Maker. But if you want me to play multiplayer in Mario Maker, it's not going to happen. Alright, you gave me a super bell. Now I'm invincible, Kappa. I'm going to hit every mystery block just in case there's a propeller hat or something like that I need. I learned my lesson from earlier, playing this guy's levels. But yeah, one thing I like to do, because I think it's valuable for people that enjoy watching raw gameplay, is I try to... Oh! I try to prioritize me focusing on the level and enjoying the level to its fullest rather than chat. So after I'm done with the level, then I'll take a look at chat. But I don't want to like ruin the experience for the maker. I want them to get the full experience, and to me that means taking the level seriously as a player. Try to make it as fair as possible, so I don't like give an unfair opinion because I've been, you know, negligent in my skills with like paying attention and that kind of thing. Because the last thing I want to do is have a maker be unfair. I mean, a streamer criticize other people's levels when like they weren't really taking the level seriously. That one was kind of annoying compared to the last one, mostly because there were so many switch blocks, but it was fine. Nothing too unreasonable at all. I'll just do a little be careful because I managed to die on that one. And we'll move on. Wait, what is still easy? Are you talking about the 3D world stuff? Oh yeah, I got 2 world records on this map already. I actually wasn't getting world records on the other levels. I guess it's because they were safer or something? I don't know. So people didn't want to grind world record on a harder level or something? Yeah, a lot of people that get world records, they get them on the easiest levels. So now that it's become hard, I guess they don't care about grinding for the world record. So I don't think my times are anything special. I'm actually a pretty slow player, even though I say I speedrun my level. It's just, I do it for appearance's sake. Like, I try to get the clear rate as low as possible, so that way streamers are less intimidated by the length of my level, because they can look at the clear check time and be like, see, look at that. It can be done in such and such amount of time. So... like on Elf Suit Coin Collecting 5, the first version, I will have to say, the first version was harder than the second. Like, I re-uploaded it, of course, because it had been out for like a week. And it took that long because Doc kept streaming some train game, so I couldn't get Doc to play my level. And, yeah. Anyways, and so he shared the same opinion I had, that it wasn't that much fun to start the level over from the end of the first quarter of the level. So I decided to give the player an extra way to start over. Oh no! Fake flag? I don't know what you're talking about. You mean this checkpoint? Oh! Oh, I hate this part. Big staircase beforehand. Yeah, I guess it's a little odd. But I don't know why I would need to react to it. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch to call it fake. Maybe like an imitation flag at the most, right? I can't be bothered to jump on the trampoline properly. Okay, there's the end. Yeah, I'm not trying to go for a world record either. I'm just trying to get through the levels quicker. So that way we can, potentially get to another level if possible. Okay, well, I'm still gonna check out to see what this level's about. If it's a bonus level, then it shouldn't take very long. Jump off an enemy. Which style is the jump off an enemy level? Don't usually go for world up. Ninja Speedrun by Daygler. Oh, hey Daygler. I don't think you showed up earlier. For your level. You were like gone. I'm not sure if I'll have time to play both of your levels today. But we'll see what happens. I try to prioritize active viewers. So most of those people in that list are not active right now. Just says you weren't at some point, which I'm sure you know by now. Oh! I like ninja style speedruns, to be honest. Like death clocks are kind of strange to me. Kind of makes me think that the maker's like he wants to be proud of himself, and so he makes players compete with him. Anybody can click on the more info tab and compete with the maker. It tells the clear check time there. You don't need to again, I'm not a big fan of the loud music, so I'm not gonna give a like to that one. It was kind of interesting though. Yeah, it kind of was. Not really a coin grab level or whatever, optional coins, but I still didn't like it that much. Kind of stressed me out a little bit, actually. Oh! It actually... What? Dude! They're like moving so that way they stay in place. I didn't know that was a thing. That's really cool. We discovered something very interesting. Oops. Whoa! Well, who else is using Twitch on TV? What do you mean, Dan fan? Lots of people use Twitch on TV, right? What kind of crazy question is that? Are you like asking about the size of their TV? Maybe you're talking about the, like, oh, the software, like the TV software instead of Windows software or something like that. I'm guessing is what you mean. I have to admit, I do not have TV software for Twitch. Ow! Jerk. These... I guess I should have just been down here. Oops. The ability to move the flag or goal anywhere we want. That could be interesting, but you can already use a warped door to affect the same thing, more or less. So I think it's fine the way it is. However, I do have some ideas for multiplayer that you might want to check out, and I do think it would be a cool idea if they could separate the starting locations for multiplayer. I think that would be cool for like versus. Of course, there is no real multiplayer versus as far as Super Mario Bros. 3 style is concerned, anyways. That was a pretty cool one. Which level was it that did something really cool? I forgot what it was. I don't remember anymore. It was probably this one. It was earlier on in the level. There's something that was really awesome. I'm assuming it was this one. Whatever. I'm just gonna move on. Okay. So, that's the castle. Alright. Oh, yeah, the mouse that moves. Yes, that was what I thought was really interesting. Yes, indeed. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. Are you talking about the Boom Boom? I defeated the Boom Boom on the first try? Well, but I lost like 2 hit points. But yeah, I didn't panic. I was able to squeeze out a win as Small Toad. Yeah, I mean, I guess the player is gonna have to learn the timing, which might not be the easiest thing to do. So I've made it through the first 3 maps. I'm gonna do, I'm not 3, 5. I'm gonna do 3 more maps is what I meant to say. 6, 7, and 8, which means 15 more courses. I'm gonna switch to Toad. I'm not gonna eat a death here, we'll just probably play as Toad next level. Oops. Oh, never mind. Guess I should have done a super jump there or something. Alright. Actually, believe it or not, I have not been building very many levels that have a lot of giant monsters in them, so I'm not totally experienced at dealing with them. I actually made a Super Mario World level with a lot of giant monsters in them, but I've not made a 3D world with a lot of giant monsters in them. But you know, I should probably do that. I guess I could throw it into the red coin collecting series. That's pretty cool. I like the art style of 3D World so much. Oh man, I really wish they would come out with 3D World on Switch soon. Love the style so much. Snow Cold was telling me that her boys have played Super Mario 3D World on the Wii. Oops. Oh, I'm gonna want the bomb. Oh, yeah. Come here, bomb. Well, we're gonna get a chance to, I think, sometime this year when they come out with the old 3D games for the Switch. Why is this here? An extra hammer? Oh, okay. Well, how is a player supposed to get the hammer with that trooper there? I don't know. I guess it's a puzzle. Oh, you're gonna buff Ludwig? Okay, I suppose that's fine. You're surprisingly easy. Whoa! It'll feel like, I guess, maybe more of an accomplishment to get to Mecha Bowser if you buff him. Hope you don't over-buff him, because he's right before the checkpoint, right? It's totally your decision. Anyways, alright, so... Oh. Okay. So that's how you get the Builder Hammer, or Super Hammer, or whatever it's called. A nice little barrier, that's cool. I'm surprised that one's a coin box and the others aren't. I like how you put coins in the trees. I think that's really cool. Like teaches players that a coin can like fall out of a tree and you can make it so you don't catch it if you're rushing really fast. Someone actually locked themselves out from clearing my Katsu coin collecting 2 because they ended up not collecting a coin from a tree, which I thought was kind of interesting. On Katsu Coin Collecting 1, I had a bunch of trees for decoration, and I knew that you could put coins in trees, but I was also curious to see, because I wanted to see if people would check each and every tree or not. Like, I call it a test for OCD. Anyway, yeah. Kind of had the same philosophy with those regular blocks, too. Because, of course, below the regular blocks, there's a bunch of mystery blocks. And each of those mystery blocks had a coin. So, everything was patterned, basically. So the player, if they hadn't found a coin, you know, on the first tree, then they wouldn't find it on the rest. And same for the regular blocks. But they didn't know where the rest of the coins were, so it just felt like checking all of them. So they're trying to figure out if the level was trying to be sneaky with them or not. Or unfair, or whatever you want to call it. $100. Thank you, Uwu Mean. Maybe I'm talking too much because I don't know what that was in response to. Ugh. So the first zone is 1 screen tall, so we're unlikely to be doing very much there, it seems. I wonder what this warp block's gonna do for us. Oh, we're probably gonna have to go down like a couple of different continents or something, huh? Wait, what? Well, that wasn't really a gauntlet. Oh, this just must be the bonus room. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Oh, I see how it is. So this is the first zone. Well, this is kind of cool. I like this idea. This is pretty fancy. Most of your bonus rooms are pretty meh, but this is awesome. I like this. I mean, like, as a skilled player, it doesn't really, like, make me excited or anything, but as an artist, I think it's a really good job. Again, I don't really approve, in general, with adding these kinds of levels to Superworlds, but it's your own Superworld, you can do whatever you want. And from an artistic standpoint, it's a nice level. It looks good, the visuals are clean, it's pretty fancy. Alright. Yeah, I get it. I mean, if it's basically a substitute for a green mushroom house, which is fine. Like, I put green mushroom houses in my levels, but I can't be bothered to make a level exclusively for bonus level, you know? But, like, I can only have 100 levels uploaded, I guess is what I'm saying. But that might change, maybe, because, like, I guess I could just, you know, buy another Nintendo Switch Online account and make it only for the Superworld, and I can add some bonus levels, I guess. Oh. You know what I might do is, I might make the bonus levels be like levels where you can, like, get lots and lots of 1-ups. Like, various tricks, might just make those the bonus levels, though, instead of actually making a level like that, but who knows. I don't know why I'm still using this terrible controller for your Superworld, because your Superworld's difficulty kind of got an increase. There, go back to the Cycool controller. Oops. Nice. Oh. That's a little bit surprising, but... Oh boy! Whoops, I lost my super bow. Wow. Not what I would expect. Pretty cool though. I like it. Interesting design. I think some like unskilled players would be kind of upset about this level, but It's to be expected. Unskilled players get upset in general. So I see what you mean about giving them a nice bonus room where they don't have to think too hard about how to get extra lives. Overall, I think your standard levels are pretty good from an economy standpoint. But I'd have to play the Superworld a second time to really be able to give you a comprehensive review. Or I guess I don't have to. I could just watch me play your Superworld actually, which I'm going to be compiling it all anyway, so yeah. Yeah, that one was a very respectable difficulty level. It kind of reminded me of some of the SMB1 levels actually, in a way. Some of those like sky levels. Yeah, I think using Desert is sort of a replacement for the Sky Tile set, as well as Airship as a replacement for the Sky Tile set, is a pretty good decision. Like, I think visually speaking, it feels really good, or it looks really good, whatever. You can also use snow sometimes, but I probably overuse snow. Honestly, I don't know if I've been using any snow. I don't know if I've made any snow levels that were actually like having lots of danger space in them. So yeah, I'm gonna make some. I have like a climbing level that uses desert, but it's not really the same as like what you built just there. And I really like that design. I definitely find your levels, like, honestly, I find them more inspirational than I found the other guys' levels inspirational. And I think your levels are definitely easier than the other guys' levels, too. Which, that is to say, I think, basically, you're like... I don't know if you played the original 3D World game or not. Maybe you told me and I forgot, but... Like, I feel like me personally, I'm benefiting a lot from playing your levels, just because I feel like they're more inspirational than the other guys' levels were. I think playing his were great because they got me relatively skilled at 3D World, but these levels are great because they help fire my imagination, so to speak, I think. Like, for a while, when I was thinking about making another account, I wasn't sure if I would want to make a 3D World game like you did, but now that I'm playing more of your Superworld, I really think I do want to. Like, I was unsure of how much I could be inspired, but now not anymore. This desert map in particular is like really impressive. Even just the fact that we have like a castle with like lava in it all of a sudden, like, it's pretty interesting. Of course, this is like the castle or something, but like, I could think of, instead of having a snow first map, like is in my current Superworld, I could do a desert first map. And then the final map could be a water map. I think that could be really cool. Now, was I supposed to go to the right or into the middle? Oh wait, the middle gets you crushed. Oh, okay, so I was supposed to be paying attention to that and I wasn't. Alright, that's my bad. It's mostly because my brain isn't on the level right now. I'm not really playing at 100% because I'm like thinking as a maker instead of a player right now. I guess part of that is because because you had me playtesting a level. So like my creative mind is just like all over the place right now, which is good as a maker. So I'm thinking there might be a power up here, but it might be hard to collect. You tried to make use of almost every gimmick. Oh, yeah? Oh! Why am I so bad at that? Oh, you played that game? Nice. I'm so looking forward to it. You know, I'm not surprised that you did, because you seem to really know what you're doing with this super world. Mushroom. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't know if the original 3D World used progressive power-ups or not. That was one thing that had been on my mind as I saw lots of other 3D World levels. I found oftentimes they would just like put a power-up in a pipe or something, and I was like, you've gotta be kidding me. Really? Is this what, you know, Mario degenerated to or something, I was wondering? But I played Innocent View Deluxe, and I was very impressed, and I really liked it, Innocent View Deluxe. So I'm very hopeful that I will enjoy. I'm assuming this just takes you up here. Wait, if it does, then that means we don't need the boxes to, Okay, we're supposed to do something like this. Whoops. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I don't know how that happened. Yeah, I mean, suffice it to say, like, I was so confused about, like, you know, what's popular in this game and what isn't, that, like, I mean, on the one hand, I'm so happy that I've met you as a fellow maker. On the other hand, I'm, like, super disappointed in the community as a whole for essentially making, like, what is essentially, at least in my opinion, toxic levels so darn popular, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I just feel like people have an interesting, like, audacity, I guess you could say, to, like, tag levels a certain way, you know, if that makes sense. Like, standard, for example, even when the level is not that in any way, shape, or form. And it kind of, I don't know. It makes it harder for newer players to understand what's what. Like, people think standard means, oh, hold your hand the whole time and make sure you can never fail. I mean, your stuff, for me at least, is pretty easy, but I think a lot of casual players would think it's at least some of it, you know, especially towards the end of your Super World, they're gonna think it's like oppressively hard, because this is just how casual they are, you know? Because they didn't play the old Mario games. They have a warped viewpoint of what they think standard is or should be, and it's just not right. But, yeah. Like, we need to respect the villains in this game, you know? As makers, I think it's our duty to respect the villains and make sure that they are not too disadvantaged, if that makes sense. And I think you already understand that concept just fine. Ooh, we got a bunch of fortresses on this map. That's kind of cool. Interesting. Yeah, I've been, like, actually, wow, I'm really impressed at how well you designed your space map. I think this is the best designed space map I've ever seen, and it's not even close. I like this a lot. I might have to, like, copy this kind of design, sort of, somewhat. Looks nice. I wonder if this is going to be the airship tile set on every level kind of thing. Because the airship on 3D World kind of looks like those doodads in the... Yep, I was right! Oh! Nice! Oh my goodness. Okay. This makes so much sense, actually. Because look at what we have in the background. It's just what the doodad looks like. Most of the stuff, most of the assets for the Superworld that we gain access to are actually Super Mario World stuff, right? Like the enemies that we plant and stuff like that. I think? I don't know. I'm not exactly an expert on art assets in these games. Oh, but we can tell that at least that doodad, if nothing else, on the space tile set, on the space maps, it's definitely like inspired by, if not taken directly from the 3D World game. So, yeah. Oh! Okay. That's a lot of lava bubbles. Oh, oops. Hey, thanks for the bit, Snow Cold. Second big bully fight. Do I like it? Oh, yeah, I suppose so. It was kinda... If you're referring to the one where you break the boxes, and then, like, you know, 3 columns of boxes, I guess, and or was it 2? And let the bully fall through. I think that was a little too easy, personally. Like, you could have given us, I don't know, some ant troopers or something to make things a little bit more complicated, but it was fine. Yeah, if you ask me about stuff in general, I mean, yeah, if you ask me about stuff in specific, I'll be more than happy to answer your question. Although I will say that in general, if you're worried about whether or not I'll get what you're asking about, you can always make a clip of it, you know, and link the clip in chat. Twitch links are always welcome here. Especially clips. And, although I would like to let viewers know that if you do click on a highlight clip, it will give you a commercial, potentially. So, remember that, because it could end up being really loud if you happen to turn my stream up a lot. But clips do not give you a commercial, just a highlight would. So it's important to make that distinction, I think, for people that like to watch both. Checkpoint 2. Oh man, this is a really interesting design. You know, on an airship level like this, I like the concept of the blinking blocks, using them as platforms. Usually I'm not a big fan of them, but because we have so much like purple background, like having the red and blue blinking blocks, it's a nice complement, if that makes sense. Like, that is with an E rather than an I. Complement. Like they complete each other. Like they don't contrast. It's like the opposite of contrasting. I'm not sure if complement is even the right word, but it's something like that. Match. They match each other. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, well, the snake block will respawn, so... Although I don't think you needed to make us fall down quite so far to make it respawn, but it's fine. I don't think it'll take us very long to get there. Yeah, it's like... I think this is the snake block that needed to respawn, so... Yeah. We're okay, I think. If it was green, that would be... quite unfortunate. It looks like I was supposed to be paying attention to the arrows, and perhaps I was not doing that. Woohoo! Oh. Oh, maybe it was this one. I don't know. Oh, I think it was this one, actually. Okay. I think that is right. Well, it's okay. Maybe I'll be fine. Okay. So a lack of arrows means it continues on its route, essentially, I guess is what I meant to say. Which definitely seems to be the case. Oh! We'll have to go in the door now. I like how the pressure's on. I see a bunch of cloud blocks here. Oh, that's gonna let us get to the top in case we need another one up. Okay, cool. Well, oh no, I ended up losing progress on an extra snake train, but I don't mind, it's fine. Other people might really get upset on that one, but I'm not sure what else you could do. Like, I still had plenty of time to clear, like, almost another minute. Oh no, for sure. This is like, that was like your first level of your airship map. I mean, like... I meant what I said earlier. I find your levels very inspirational because you played the original game. Like it seems very evident. Like someone would have to be a fool to think that you were lying about that. And I would question, you know, their respect for me as a deductive reasoner if they thought that I was incorrect for suspecting you for having played the original game. Cool, very nice. Very interesting stuff here. Oh, nice. I like it. What does this do? I'm not sure. It slows me down. Whoa. Alright, so that'll move that. Okay, no, this is unaffected by that. Right. Oh, whoa! Oh, get rid of him. Wait, what's this? Okay, cool. So that one's lit up, so this one will actually change direction. This one's not, so it won't. One thing that disappoints me is that you're very limited in how many of those blocks you can use, but it seems like you're using them very effectively for how few you can have. So good job on that. Hello there, Galacticon. How's it going? I'm playing Mew Psychic Superworld right now, and it's so much fun. You know, I think I'm just gonna play the entire thing without switching over to other things. It'll just make a video editing that much easier. I should add a comment on some of these. I'm gonna have to go back and add some more comments to some of them. I might even draw you a few comments, maybe. I don't know. I'm not very good at drawing, but I could try practicing on some of your levels, I think. I'll just do WoW for this one for now. Well, I mean, even as a viewer, I can probably appreciate your earlier levels better, and so, like, I can probably, since I'm recording playthrough, I can watch myself play the levels, you know? So, I think it'll be okay. Okay, I'm gonna guess this is the bonus room, perhaps? I don't know, but this is the one that does the more zigzagging, so... Oh, maybe it's not. Okay. Interesting. Oh, you mean like per tile, per map and stuff like that? Only 5 per map? Is that what you mean? Or you mean like a super world limit? Only 1 super world per account or something? You know, I'm actually gonna make another account. And I think other people should do it too. If they're that... Because, I mean, it's a super world. It's like, we buy amiibos in Super Smash, right? So what's to stop us from buying an extra account in this game, you know? Like, nothing, right? Like, it doesn't even cost that much money, I don't think. So, you got no excuse if you're enthusiastic about Superworld or not. Make a new one, I feel like. Oh! I lost my mask. I wonder if I'll be okay. No, it doesn't look like it. Now, for a level like this, I definitely think my NSPC will be the better option. So I'm going to switch. Might as well slap the like on it now. Why wait? It's a good level. Okay. Oh, this is so much better. See, the thing is, with my Cycool controller, like having to hold down the button in order to keep flying is just very, very vicious, essentially, to my hand. Like, it's like holding down a guitar fret. I just can't keep doing it throughout the whole level, you know what I mean? But this controller is way more comfortable. Oh no! Okay, I guess I have to start over. Semi-SMB1 sized worlds is better than nothing. Yeah, I totally agree. I love the super worlds, and I hope that maybe by our enthusiasm about super worlds, we can encourage Nintendo to do more super worlds in the future, you know? Like, I honestly feel like they should, even without our enthusiasm, fix game overs, and maybe even give us stats. But who knows, maybe they won't unless we become enthusiastic, I don't know. But either way, oh man, this is a hard one! Oh boy. I actually got that the first try earlier. I don't know why I'm messing up on it now. I guess it's because I'm using the other controller. This is pretty unfortunate. Okay, so I can just rest here and just... I think it's just because I wasn't waiting. I think I was just being lame, or whatever you want to call it. I think I want to go now. There, that's what I did before, I think, kinda. I just like forgot how I got through it in my head. No! A good idea originally, just... Anyway. You have a pick-up path specifically in case one of the stages is too hard. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's what this is. So neither room is a bonus level. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, that's good design. I think you didn't do that much though in this. You might have done it once other time, huh? Or maybe twice other. This is the first time it's really... I found the level actually kind of difficult to the point where I felt like it was necessary, personally, as a player. I don't even need to step on that. I was like, trying to make a really awesome play when I really didn't need to. It's kind of my fault. I'm just like try-harding on easy sections and then failing on the hard section because I'm wearing myself out mentally, like fearing the worst and stuff. So the level is really not that hard, I'm just making it harder than it needs to be. Nice, very nice. So the Ice World had that set up, okay. The Ice Mapper Land. Alright, let's tackle the other one then. Oh, I'm scared. Oof. Oh! I have no confidence in myself when it comes to using the Koopa car. Although I would assume that using the NSPC is probably the best controller to use. I still have a long ways to go. Because obviously I've not played a Koopa car level with the NSPC yet. Ooh. As I only got it very recently. So I might as well take up the challenge even if it's optional. I'm not sure if I was supposed to be losing car parts there. Well, I might as well keep going until I die. Oh! Okay. So we got to the goal, but we still needed the Koopa car. Which isn't really a surprise. I actually was not looking at the clear condition. I totally should have been, though. Okay, I shouldn't crash there. That's terrible. Can you do this on 3 HP, I wonder? It seems like maybe you can, but there was a couple of points where I wasn't sure how I was going to avoid taking damage. Oh, maybe it's because I can turn around before I hit it. That might be what it is. Oh! Oh no! I'm down to 1 HP. Oh! Okay. I totally understand why this is an optional level. It makes loads of sense. Oh. It's unfortunate that I said I would play through your 7th and 8th map all at once, and I ran into this. But I'm gonna stand by what I said. Oops. No! I wish you could use differently colored arrows. Or wait a minute, okay. No, we don't even need the car on this. Well, we need it across the red blocks, of course, right. So we have 3 HP from here, actually. So that's kind of like regenerating the car, because we went through the pipe. Right. Oops. Oh. No! 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 Right, of course we do. Yeah. Good point. So, what I wish was the case is I wish we could color our arrows, you know? You could, like, maybe do, like, blue arrows means go straight and red arrows means go up or something. I feel like that's not too much to ask, but Nintendo for let us use more arrows. Whoops. I'm only one arrow code, it's just ugh. Like I would love to be able to use like green arrows like on the castle level, for example. Oh, could someone please clip that? Oh, that was so unfortunate. Oh. Well, I got through that without taking damage, other than at the very end when I jumped out of it. Oops! Okay, well, I guess we're fine. I might have messed up the timing of something or another, and then maybe not. Okay, no, we're good. That's the end. That was awesome. I'm so glad I decided to play that through. You kind of made a world in one level. Wait, what does that mean? You mean on one map? Or... No, you probably don't mean that, do you? You mean like an RPG world? Like some of the stuff I've been doing with like Boss Fight Madness or something? That sounds exciting. Whew. Is it a hard one? A no to it being hard, or a no to something else? So we're at the castle. For airship land, or whatever it's called. Oh boy, or spaceship land, or whatever. The way it's just embedded in the ground like that is actually really cool. I can't believe I've never seen this setup before. People are so uncreative. Like, they literally copy, like, everything that other people do. Like, whatever's popular. Like, they see what YouTubers did, and they literally copy the YouTubers. And they don't even care whether or not it's fun. They're just like, oh, the YouTuber did it, so it must be good quality, so I'll do it too. Like, come on. Really? Like, some of the setups that you have in your levels are very unusual. Of course, I think people would say the same thing about my stuff too. It shows that you have a brain, I guess, more than anything. I mean, some people are just robotic sometimes, is the unfortunate truth. They just don't think for themselves. People like to call them, like, sheep or something, but I think that's kind of disrespectful to, like, the Bible in particular. Because, like, sheep is, like, what you would call, like, your follower on Twitch, for example. Like, sheep should not be an insult. I would rather use robot as kind of, like, a soft insult to somebody, you know? Like, and that's another thing, too, that, like, society right now, they're, like, very, like, anti-insult, which really isn't okay, in my opinion. I think it's worthwhile to insult people. I don't think it should be frowned upon. As long as you're not going overboard with your insult, as long as it's fair criticism, I think it's totally fine to be insulting sometimes. Of course, you don't want to be rude, but it's okay to insult, and you can do it without being rude, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I should have known that those donut blocks would kill me if I kept on jumping so much, but I wasn't paying much attention to the timing of how long I was standing on those donut blocks from below. Do more small hopping. Pom Pom wasn't taking it easy on me. What are you talking about? I'm pretty good at dealing with Pom Pom. Alright. Actually, I thought that was pretty hard. That was a pretty cool room. I think the previous Pom Poms in your Superworld were harder than that one. That was definitely the hardest one yet. You could have made it harder though. You could have like put in some lava bubbles into the room or something. Maybe some winged ones or something. I don't know. But it's fine the way it is, I think. I'm curious what the final map will be. I hope it gets much, much harder, but it probably won't. We'll see. Oh, you're playing the Gauntlet series? Nice. Bonus stage is unique on this one. Oh, is it going to be noisy? Is this the bonus stage? Yeah, I like the way those stars look. That's nice. I absolutely love this zone's music so much. Aw, man. I go through the door and the song's over. Rip. Ah, well, that's fine. This is an interesting idea for a Meowser chase. Wow. There's only one other time where I had a Ghost House Meowser chase level, and I liked it a lot. I like this one a lot, too. This is the second time where we had a fun Ghost House Meowser chase. I gotta make one of my own now. You guys have inspired me. Oh. Oh. Because people always ask me to make a Meowser chase, but making one on the Ghost House, that's what would be fun, actually. That's what I think anyway. Man, you got 3 of them chasing me. You know, I don't think I should be using this controller. I need to go back to my standard 3D World controller. Or traditional 3D World controller, I guess I should say. Once the 1-ups in World 8 gotta work for him. That's fine. I have lots of lives anyways. I'm not too worried about getting the game over. If it happens, it happens. I'm just gonna enjoy myself either way. Oh, man, I don't know why I'm struggling so much on those trampoline sections. Thought that song was annoying at one point. Which song are you talking about, Galacton? There's no way you're talking about the Ghost House 3D World music. Gray screen music is definitely annoying. You're probably talking about the gray screen. Yes, I do not like a gray screen music. The plus side to gray screen music is it's quiet, but... And honestly, I don't really mind the random, weird sound effects that much. They take a little bit of getting used to them, but once you got used to them, it's fine. But what I really hate is the start of the music, which means, well, he's got them attached to the Meowsers, so the song is not getting spammed, because the Meowsers are constantly following us. But there was a level where the grayscale music was getting spammed, and I hated it, because the very beginning of the song for the grayscale music is just really freakishly annoying, and I hate it so much, because it's just, it's kind of loud and high-pitched and whatever, and it's, I don't like it. But it's just the very beginning of the song. After that, it's fine. See, here is the walk, you know, like sound. is like, oh my goodness, spare me, please. But he just has a, like, once you go through a door, then it's fine. Like, if that's the only time you hear the sound effect at the beginning of the song, that's fine. But there are some levels where the song gets spammed, and the beginning of it keeps replaying over and over and over again. And that's a very bad use of the song, in my opinion. You shouldn't design your level that way. So at some point in one of my streams recently, I was definitely complaining pretty hard about that because it was not very nice of the maker to do that. But yeah, I was commenting on the Ghost House music and how I love it a lot, but it was ironic that as soon as I went through a door, it stopped. But I understand why he had to get rid of it. But that's fine. I'm actually wondering, did he make it so this entire 8th map is Ghost House stuff, or is it just like maybe 1 or 2 levels? I'm curious now. Not sure if he had Ghost House levels in the previous maps or not, anywhere. Anyway. I'm not sure what I would do for a Meowser chase. I'll have to do some brainstorming, but like I was thinking about making like a coin collecting level with auto scrolling for Ghost House, but I don't know if I like the idea or not, but maybe like a Meowser chase for a Ghost House, I don't know. And I would use the default music for my level, because I think I would really love the default music for Ghost House. Like, we have to run around really fast. But, so maybe I would make it auto-scroll, though. I don't know. Because, like, if you play my auto-scroll Coin Collecting 3, my auto-scroll Coin Collecting 3 uses SMW Ghost House, and the impression is you're kind of running away from something with the auto-scroll. Anyway, I'll have to do some experimenting in the editor later about that. Anyway, that was the first optional level. Koopatopia feel like a castle interior the entire way without spamming the castle top. I see what you mean, yeah. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I'm loving this. And I hope we have at least 1 or 2 levels where we get to hear the song the whole way then, since I love the song so much. Oh my goodness, my hand is like itching. Oh no, that's not good. What? No. Maybe I should put some cream on it or something? Well, make sure it's clean first. Oh, ouch. Okay. Oops. Whoa, I just barely made it in time. Cute. No, it's not what I wanted to do. I'm such an idiot. Wow. Okay, well, it happened. No, why did I? Yeah, my right hand, in between my index finger and my thumb, it's really itchy. I don't know why. It might be too much gaming the past couple of days, who knows. Why did I do that? Oh my goodness. Bye bye, Super Bell. Alright, let's see what I can do without it, I guess. Not that much, apparently. Alright, come get me. Oops. Yeah, I mean, it kind of feels like I got a bug bite, but I don't think I did, unless it was like a flying bug and I just was gaming too hard and didn't notice. It seems unlikely, but who knows. It could just be like my muscles are like got torn or something somehow, I don't know. I'm definitely older than some people would assume, so maybe these video games are starting to take their toll on me. Oh my goodness. Wah! Now I think I could actually jump up here if I ran towards the thwomp, but it's kind of risky, and I think it's a lot easier to run back and wait for him to go back. So I think that's the right play. Alright. So if you're trying to get the world record, then it's probably not what you want to do. Whoops. Well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, when I make my other account, I think I'm gonna stand by what I said, where I'm gonna make the desert be the first map, and I'm gonna make the last map be water, but I'm gonna take your philosophy as far as like which tile sets, you know, go on which map, because I really like your philosophy in that. Oh! At least, well, I'm not sure if I'll do it for all of it, but I'll definitely do it for the for this space and the volcano land. So I don't see any reason not to. I like it. Okay. Oops! Oh, I got wrecked. Hello there, Bingo Bo. How's it going? This is 8-1, right? Already did 7-1 a while ago. Koopatopia's inner barricade. Alright, so interesting. Was there actually... Whoa! Did you name it Koopatopia, or is that from one of the Mario games? Just wondering. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I really pay that much attention to the names of things in Mario games! Of course, I'm not gonna lie, like, I definitely haven't played very many of the new ones, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. For a large part of my adult gaming life, I've played a lot of multiplayer games. And as a result, I kind of have stepped away from a lot of the Mario games for quite a large period of time, but I still have very real memories of, you know, the older Mario games which I played. Which is why, when I saw this game on Twitch for the first time, I was so excited about it. Honestly, I think even if I hadn't played the old Mario games, I would like this game. Like, I think this is a really good game, even for people that didn't play the older games. But I definitely recommend people to play the older games if they haven't. And I definitely also recommend them to play the 3D World games that I'm sure are coming to the Switch soon. Or maybe they'll come like in October or something like that, I don't know. It's supposed to be like when their anniversary is, like the October's Mario anniversary or something like that. It's like when they have like isn't it like October, November's like Luigi month, or was it, did we have a Luigi year or something? I don't know. But anyway, it's something like that. Oops. Okay, we can definitely recover from that, but it's not very easy. Anyway, whatever. I'm just like talking right now, I'm not really focusing on the level, otherwise I don't think I would have died there. Alright. Let's see here. Let's go through this door. I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of these giant bullet things from the background in general. They're probably more interesting in the real game. And or fun, I guess. But it's fine. Oops. Okay, so that thing is shooting and hitting the switch. Need to pay attention to that, apparently. Oh, gotta be careful there. I like this section. This is cool. This is a good idea. I'm not a huge fan of these over here. I think these blocks should probably have been yellow on the left, but the ones on the right are fine the way they are. Just because the player might not realize right away that there's a switch being activated automatically when they go through the door. But it's not a deal breaker. It's still an okay level. I mean, it's still pretty good. I just think those blocks maybe shouldn't have been red and blue. That's the only criticism I have about the whole level. Of course, it could just be my personal opinion. I mean, like, if I just stood still, I think I wouldn't have taken any damage. So it's not like I'm saying it's your fault that I took damage, because it's not. Oh, you named your map Koopatopia, I see, okay. So, this of course is not the castle yet. One thing that's kind of interesting about this game is some sounds like the various enemies make are loud and some of them are quiet. Like those background bullet things are quite loud. So I think if I were to make, you know, a whole map with this tile set, I think I wouldn't use those just because I feel like they would overpower the music. So I'd probably use quiet enemies predominantly. And I don't think I would give them the superstar on this map either, for that matter. So that's our way to get our 1-up, is by using the star on enough enemies, I see. Interesting. Let's pretty easy to damage boost and just take them out. I think players will enjoy doing that. Oh, we got a Magikoopa! I don't remember the last time I saw one of those in the world, if I even ever did. What? A blooper? What's he doing here? This isn't Waterland. Wow, so magic. I like it. Uh-oh. A rematch. Hammer Brothers are gonna fight me in fair fight now. That's not really fair for them, but let me see if I can do it without taking damage. That's fair, right? If I lose, I'll just start over, right? Oh. We're fine, we're good. It's a match of honor. Just say I have 1 HP even if I don't. Okay. Because last time I kind of cheated them, right? Because I used 2 HP to take them out. That's what I was thinking. Oof. Oh boy, these guys are scary. I want to get rid of them. No! That was very upsetting. I'm glad there's a power up here. I think my big butt as a cat made me take damage. I'm not sure how else to explain that. Anyway, what's in here? A boomerang, nice. I don't like the Hammer Brother in the mystery block. Oh, is that in the frog suit level? Well, yeah, it's hard mode. If you pick easy mode, then you get a frog suit instead. Oh! Ah! Oh, you reserved them for the last 2 levels. Yeah, and despawning is an option. But yeah, if you've played the Coin Grab Gauntlet series before, you'll know that the enemies are in the, looks like due to some of the damage boosting, I got a world record. You know, probably could have just ignored them. I could definitely get a lower world record than that. I'm gonna guess this doesn't have very many players on it. I'll do the easy course clarity view to troll people that don't have a world record yet that have beaten it. Why Hammer Bro? What, in the volcano? I mean, in the nighttime castle? Well, it just felt like the right kind of enemy to put in there. It's like it really matters what I put in there, I guess. I just wanted it to be something that would be dangerous. I didn't know what else could be dangerous, and I also wanted it to be something unique that wasn't already in the level. That's the only Hammer Brother in the whole level, so... I don't even think I have one, like, literally anywhere else, if I remember right. Like, you're only supposed to hit it if you're curious, basically. Like, that's the reasoning, you know? Or if you want the challenge, I guess. One of those 2 reasons. Because you can deal with the enemy, like, no matter what's in the blocks, right? On hard mode, every time. Like, Coin Grab Gauntlet 2, for example, there's a red wiggler. Not only can you kill it with your shell, but even if you don't have your shell, you can actually despawn that, too. Although not everyone knows that. Like, I mean, you could do it without having to run away. I mean, oh my gosh. Because you wouldn't be able to do it by running away, actually. You have to, like, get him to fly way past you or whatever to despawn him, which is a little bit tricky, but it's definitely doable. I've seen another streamer do it. Oops. I'll just do this. Oops. No, he died too soon. I rolled back into it. That was a miscalculation on my part. Oops. Now I'm a little triggered. Final stage reveal. Oh yeah, coming up out of the lava. Yeah, I like that too. I think that's really cool. I've done that for some of my maps too. Oh. It's fun to do for a water map, and you can also do it for a sky map too. At least I think you can. If I remember right, you can. Anyway. Let me grab this. I haven't used this like pretty much the whole Superworld. Let's go ahead and use it. Whoa! Did you hear that? That was making a weird sound with the enemy over there. The boom boom. And that guy. There we go. That's how to do it. Checkpoint. Just out of curiosity, let's see. Really? I thought it was blocking it. I was like right here. That's unfortunate. What the? What was I doing? How did that happen? Oops. We don't do rollout. What does that mean? Oh, you mean don't roll into the lava? Oh, man. Oh. Okay, well, I was trying to turn it into some sort of parkour level, but then the hammer bro was like, nope. Oops, why do I keep doing that? Oh, I see, because it's progressive. That's why last time it was all 4 mushrooms, because I was small. And then I saw I had like the choice between different parts. That's actually really... I like that setup, actually. I might have to use that. I like the idea of like multiple mushrooms, you only touch one, and then they actually are a progressive power-up. That's a cool concept. I might use it in my bully, red coin saving level that I'm planning. I'm kind of distracted, so I wasn't really focusing that hard on that level. But I do think that might be the hardest pom-pom level yet, just because the dash blocks are really annoying. And plus I don't get my cat suit. Oops. Oh, wait a minute. If I keep that mushroom, I'm not sure if I can, using the strategy that I was using before, but if I can keep that mushroom, I should be able to get my cat suit. Who's on pom-pom? There's just... No! Mean launcher. Okay, there we go. No! Don't jump like that, Toad. Don't jump like that. Jump better. Jigglypuff will use it in Smash Brothers? Oh, I didn't know that. Oops. Oh, I wasn't jumping far enough earlier. I think that messed me up. Because I didn't do a spin off of one of the bullets that I was supposed to. No! What? I tried to press the ZR and it didn't work, and I pressed it again, but by then it was too late. Oops. Oh! Okay, that was a pleasant surprise. Oops. No! Okay, no, I'm just gonna stop. No! Like, I know I could beat her without the catsuit, but I really want to fight her with the catsuit. Oh man, I did the same thing happened. I'm just gonna have to kill the bullet, I guess. It's just easier. Maybe I should just push R instead of ZR. Probably a good idea. There we go. I don't know why ZR has to be so difficult. Oh, whoa! I jumped too far. Okay, well, I guess... Whatever. Okay. Yeah, Firebro must be one of Ash's Pokemon. If you watch the TV show, you would get that reference. Okay. Oh, come on. My coffee doesn't sound that terrible, does it? Sound like General Grievous or something. Wait, what? Oh, I have to go to the other end? That's... I mean, I don't mind slashing him to death. I didn't do it before, I'm gonna try it now. This is gonna be a little bit hard though, because a lot of things are the same colors as him. Wait, come back here. Oops. Oh man, I'm so bad. It's because of the music, I swear. I can't concentrate with this kind of music. Oh really? That's awkward. Oh really? That's what I'm supposed to do? Well, I mean, it makes sense. Is there not something coming out of there? What a chump. Am I right, guys? Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we can scratch attack him and throw shells at him. That's nice. And you don't have him stuck on the pipe like that one jerk. Oh my goodness. Oh, really? Oh, I jumped too high there. Oops. speed. This is a cool battle. I like this. It's unfortunate that he has a lot of HP, but what can you do? At least the battle is pretty reasonable in general. Okay. I know I could totally do this with the cat bell, and I love the fact that you finally... This isn't a progressive power-up situation. Honestly, it'd be okay if the level was shorter, and then it was still progressive, but anyway, I'll take what I can get without too much more comment. I'm gonna beat this with Boomerang Flower. I think this will be fun to watch. Probably. I'm gonna use this. Oh, what the... Does that hit him twice? I'm not sure. Like hitting him once with the boomerang and once with the shell, maybe. Ooh, that... Interesting. He's gonna have a lot of HP, clearly. It's so easy to hit him with the boomerang, because he's so big. Whereas with Catsuit, you're like, you don't have a ranged attack, so it's really difficult. I love how the boomerang doesn't actually kill a trooper with a shell, so that means it's very convenient to... You don't have to jump on him in order to throw his shell. I like that. So I think the boomerang might be the best choice for this battle. The fire flower's nice, but it won't have the synergy with the Koopa Troopas like Boomerang Suit does. So maybe Fire Suit is a little bit faster if you get lucky, but I think the Boomerang Suit is just more fun. So yeah, with like a Spiny or a Troopa and a Boomerang Suit, and some Meowser, it seems pretty cool combination. Seems pretty fun. Alright. Yeah, that felt like a real boss. It's honestly a little bit on the easy side, but that's mostly just because I picked, like, you know, I didn't use Catsuit. Right? Because that would have made it a lot harder. I actually have not beaten a giant Meowser with Catsuit yet. Like, the giant is much harder than the regular sized. He's like... He takes up 4 times the space, so... Anyway, that was really good. Garfield died of a heart attack, what? You talking about Meowser? Wish you could make the credits roll at the end. Well, yeah, that's another thing I guess they could add, is they could let the maker, like, give people credits or something. But it's not, we can't even, like, we can't make cooperative worlds anyways, right? Like, I cannot, you know, add codes from other people's, you know, uploaded courses list to my Superworld. That's not something that we can do. If we could, then, like, I think a credits option would make more sense.